Spirit team, I would like to connect in the understanding of answering questions or asking questions from the audience. I also desire to utilize this format as a way to better connect. We are grateful for this connection and thrilled for this opportunity to answer questions. Please go ahead. Are we not remembering our past lives and not knowing life after death because this knowledge is not necessary for our current life? The other day we started answering this question, and this is a multi-layered question in regards to different perspectives of creation. Your current incarnation, for many of you, will be the one in which you are embodying more of your soul self. This aspect of the soul is that of which is fragmented to help incarnate in human form. Essentially, a piece of your soul is placed inside of the human body to help bring it life. The whole aspect of the soul is that of which helps create and bring life to physicality. This is done in a multitude of ways, which is, in a sense, complex. But to keep it simple, all of you are doing this, and together you are bringing life to physicality. You also have help from non-physical beings that help support the template of this playground. Some of you have come into human form with what we have shared with the vessel as spiritual amnesia. You come through this knowing ahead of time that you will forget. This helps one enliven the experience. You come from spirit. You are always in spirit. And this comes with all knowing because everything is connected. You come into physicality to create, in a sense, an illusion of this separation. You can never be separate from creation. It is all that is. And so, in this, as you are, the majority of you listening, are coming into this knowing, you will find that the all knowing requires you to ask a question. This process allows the human vessel to not be inundated with all the information that is present. Some of you will find in different stories or tales or whatever word you would like to use that some individuals have this capability of accessing all of this information without asking the question. The majority that have this experience have relayed how debilitating it is in human form. And so this is a topic for another day, but essentially the relevance to knowing all of your incarnations depends on the theme that you have picked for yourself. But do know that at any point, if you desire to connect with other incarnations that you have been, you are able to do so. We would share that some incarnations do not share relevance, and so often, unless it has been practiced You will not be able to access each individual incarnation, as some of them, although they always have a purpose, may not serve the current incarnation. We hope this answers your question, 18. Could one soul reincarnate to more than one body at the same time? This is another layered question, and so the vessel likes the details, but many will come to confusion if we broke it out in its many nuances. The gist of this is that, yes, your soul is the totality of it, is able to incarnate in more than one body at one time. You will find this in many different forms, as there are different timelines that are currently playing out, as all is here and now. And so, in that sense, you already are incarnating in more than just one body. You are also able to utilize different fractals of the totality of your soul to enrich and enliven other bodies. This is done often at different stages. If you are a soul that is incarnating in this universe and are relatively inexperienced to the expressions of this reality, you often will find that in different stages you are experiencing a focal point of one incarnation. This ensures that the aspects of what the theme you are playing out has ample support. We use these words loosely, as this expression of support and focal point is, in a sense, not correct terminology, but to help those who will listen understand, we try to use words that closely resembles what we're looking to express. In this sense, this completes this question. Thank you. Is the use of cell phones hurting our bees and animals either? And will they adapt okay to that frequency? Let me answer the first part of this question. You will find bees especially are very in tune with frequency. So you will notice that the majority of bees, and we say bees as the subset because there are wasps and many other forms of bees, you will notice that they are inhabiting their hive in such a place that is supportive to them. They will not build in a habitat that is not conducive to the longevity of the hive. And so, in a sense, you will notice most bees do not build near cell signal towers, but the signal that is being received from your cell phone is not, in a sense, strong enough to cause disharmony. Bees naturally are in high vibration, and you will find many bees are attracted to humans or animals that are of like or higher energetic states. And so we state at this time that the cell signals will not harm them. There are many other avenues that are pressing that would be of greater, for lack of better words currently, danger to bees than cell signals. Are sound bowls healing to animals and bees as they are to humans? Humans will notice a greater exchange from the heightened frequencies or healing frequencies of sound bowls or other modalities. Bees and earth are, in a sense, already at that healing or heightened frequency, if we would use the words of comparison to most of humanity, although we will say collectively it is rising at every moment as there is support from all avenues. But yes, in a sense, if an animal, let's say, is in need of recalibration or healing, to use that word, you will find that sound bowls or other modalities will help support them. You will also notice that your intention will help alleviate any discomfort or help speed up, if you will, the process of healing. We will give an example. This vessel often goes into healing centers, and although for this vessel overall health is consistently doing well, but the intention in these healing centers is to provide an amplified healing, and he connects with his spirit team to support and anchor in assistance in these areas. In these healing centers, there is a technology that helps support your body's natural healing. In conjunction with this, the intention of supporting others helps amplify this. Now, there is more to this than just that sentence. Sometimes, on a human level, the individual is learning through the ailments that are present. And so there may be more at play than what currently is being revealed. But to answer this question, yes, you would be surprised if you utilized, let's say, beehives for creating your own honey through the support of the bees, that sound bowls, if you record it with the intention of supporting the bees in whichever way you are desiring, placing that intention coming from your heart space, connecting with your team or whoever you feel connected with, and then playing that out on a loop for the bees. we would state that this would be something of a surprise to you and the outcomes. We do ask that you let go of any attachment of outcomes and simply be surprised. That is all for this one. Thank you, team. This is a good question. Is it possible to overcome negative self talk for good and forever? Yes. Many of you are confusing self talk for thoughts in the collective. Often, this vessel is in areas that have thought patterns that have been anchored to that coordinate in space and time. Many of you are here to uplift this and rebalance these areas. And so often, this vessel has ran into, through years of work, retraining the mind to be positive. And we are sharing this with all of you now because this is relevant to the vessel as well. You are here to recalibrate different zones of creation. Physicality is unique because you can tie like an anchor, or we are showing the vessel a bow to specific points in physicality. Through this, many of the individuals that were in power utilized this knowing to help place control over specific areas. And with this, you will find for many of you who are working on retraining the mind to be oriented to what you call positivity, will find after going through this, just as the vessel has, that certain periods of time, or when you are in different areas, you will randomly have a thought of negativity come in. Place discernment. This has been an opportunity for the vessel to learn discernment. Is this of me or is this not? It is just that simple. You will find often that it is not, and this is your opportunity to remove the anchor and send it back to source. To put this in terms of practicality, the vessel is showing, we are showing the vessel that there's many times when those patterns come in and it seems as if you cannot break those negative pattern loops. And so the vessel enjoys humor. With humor, he asks the team to come in and get the cleaning crew out. He comes in with a vacuum, with a duster, and many other cleaning supplies. And together the team comes together to release the anchor and recalibrate. And at times this may be easier said than done, but as you put this into practice, as you fine tune your discernment, and as you bring in joy into this moment of what you are perceiving as negative, you are breaking that pattern, releasing the anchor, and sending it back to source. We urge each of you to utilize this creativity to help support yourself and Earth and all its inhabitants. Thank you, team.